Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today we're tackling a topic that really touches everyone: negative thoughts.
Yeah, those persistent worries, those little voices that can, really get stuck in your head.
Exactly. And we're not just defining them, we want to explore the sort of sophisticated mechanics behind them and how cutting-edge research is refining how we approach them.
We're going to unpack where these thoughts might actually originate, look at the predictable patterns they often fall into, and most importantly, give you practical tools. We're talking everything from ancient wisdom that's surprisingly relevant to modern therapy breakthroughs.
Right. The mission here is really to equip you with strategies for a clearer, calmer mind, going beyond maybe the basics you already know.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive in. So negative thoughts, they aren't just random mental static, are they?
Not at all. They often stem from, deeper stuff. Childhood experiences, maybe. Societal pressures definitely play a role.
Oh, like social media, that curated perfection thing.
Exactly. Or even underlying mental health conditions that just make these thoughts feel stickier, more intense. But what's really fascinating, I think, is how these thoughts aren't random in their form either. They follow patterns.
Cognitive distortions, right? That's the term.
That's the one. Think of them as irrational thought habits, mental shortcuts that kind of twist reality.
Okay, give us some examples.
Well, there's personalization. That's where you unfairly blame yourself for things, like your friend's in a bad mood and you immediately think, oh, it must be something I did.
Right, taking responsibility when it's not yours.
Or catastrophizing.
Yeah.
That's expecting the absolute worst. A minor disagreement happens and your brain jumps to, this relationship is doomed.
The classic fortune-telling disaster scenario.
Yeah. Then you've got all or nothing thinking, seeing everything in black and white. It's either perfect or it's a total disaster. No gray areas.
Like, if I don't ace this presentation, I'm a complete failure.
Exactly that kind of extreme. And one more. Emotional reasoning. This is a big one. Believing your feelings are facts. I feel really embarrassed right now, so I must be an idiot.
Oof, yeah. That feeling is fact thing is tricky.
It really is. It's not just predicting a bad outcome. It's the certainty, the personalization, often spiraling from something small.
Okay, so identifying them sounds, straightforward on paper. But how hard is it to actually catch ourselves doing it, especially when emotions are high?
Oh, it's incredibly challenging in the moment, which brings up a really interesting point, trying too hard to suppress a thought.
Yeah.
Research actually shows it can backfire, make the thought stronger. Psychologists call it the ironic process theory.
Huh. So pushing it away doesn't work.
Often not, which is why a lot of modern therapy focuses more on how we relate to the thoughts, not just trying to banish them. But one really powerful framework from CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, is catch it, check it, change it.
Okay, break that down.
So first you catch it. Just become aware, there's that negative thought again. Mindfulness, basically.
Step 1, notice.
Step 1, notice. Then check it. Question it. Is it actually true? What's the real evidence for this thought and against it?
Or like, what would a friend say? Someone supportive.
Exactly. Great question to ask yourself. And then finally change it. Reframe it into something more balanced, more realistic, or even just neutral.
And that simple reframe, like you said, going from I am a failure to, okay, I'm having the thought that I am a failure, that seems small, but it feels like it creates space.
Precisely. It creates distance. And that's really where acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, comes in strong. It uses techniques called cognitive diffusion.
Diffusion, like unfusing from the thought.
Yeah, exactly. Helping you see thoughts as just mental events, words, images in your head, like clouds passing by, not absolute truths dictating who you are.
The leaves on a stream. Visualization.
That's a classic ACT technique. You imagine putting each thought on a leaf and watching it float down a stream. You just observe it without getting swept away by it. And this isn't entirely new, It echoes some ancient wisdom, too.
Like Stoicism.
Absolutely. The Stoics weren't about eliminating difficult emotions or thoughts, but understanding what's truly in our control, which is our judgments, our responses. It's very similar to ACT's focus on changing our relationship with thoughts, not necessarily the thoughts themselves.
Okay, so we've got these mental tools, CBT, ACT, but doing this kind of work, this mental heavy lifting, it gets way harder if we're just, running on fumes physically, doesn't it?
Oh, you're spot on. It's foundational. Your physical state is crucial. Think about it. Sleep, exercise, nutrition,
The basics.
the absolute basics, but they're prerequisites for this cognitive work. A sleep-deprived brain, your judgment is impaired, you're way more emotionally reactive, makes it almost impossible to check it rationally.
Yeah, everything feels like a bigger deal when you're tired.
Totally. And exercise, even just low to moderate intensity stuff, it boosts mood, improves cognitive function. It makes that whole catch it, check it, change it process feel more accessible.
Yeah.
Nutrition, yeah.
Yeah.
A balanced diet, things like omega-3s, B vitamins, they directly support brain health, neurotransmitter balance. These aren't optional nice-to-haves, they're the bedrock for mental resilience.
Okay, so self-help strategies, physical well-being, these are powerful.
Yeah.
But there's a line, isn't there? When does it go beyond just having a bad day or a tough week?
Absolutely. It's crucial to know your tipping point. Look, occasional negative thoughts, totally normal, part of being human. But if they become really severe, super distressing, if they stick around consistently for, say, 2 weeks or more.
They start interfering with life.
Exactly. Interfering with your daily life, your work, your relationships, just your ability to function. That's a clear red flag. That's when it warrants a closer look.
So what does this mean for you, the listener?
It means if you're experiencing that kind of prolonged emotional distress, maybe significant changes in your behavior, you feel like you just can't function like you used to, or especially if you're having thoughts of self-harm or suicide,
Please get help.
please seek immediate help. Talk to a doctor, a therapist, reach out to a helpline. Professional support is genuinely a sign of strength, not weakness. There are really good resources out there.
So this deep dive really highlights that managing negative thoughts, it's not about finding one magic bullet, is it?
Not at all. It's a layered strategy. It's personalized.
You start with the foundation, the physical well-being, then learn to observe your thoughts, maybe with a bit of curiosity.
And then choose the right tool for the moment. Sometimes that's challenging the thought directly, like with CBT. Other times it's about creating distance, like with ACT. Sometimes it's just recognizing, there's that old pattern again.
Right. The goal isn't necessarily to eliminate negative thoughts forever that might not even be possible.
Probably not. The ultimate goal maybe is to become a skilled analyst of your own mind, understanding your thoughts, your behaviors, how they connect.
So the final thought for you listening, what will your first step be? How will you start analyzing your thought patterns and building that crucial bit of mental space?